Hello, peeps. I am Tidbit, she, her. I do voices, I play video games, and today we are going to be playing a video game while doing voices. That game is the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. We are on game number 3, case number 5. The Bridge to Turnabout. And we have no guests here to introduce, so let's get on with it. Though, I must say, today is a holiday. It's a very contentious holiday as well. It takes a lot of effort to know what you want and to get those gosh dang feathers. It's festival in Animal Crossing right now, and I'm doing a voice acting stream instead of collecting feathers. Oh, you thought there was a different holiday today? Oh. Yeah, we are kind of in turmoil with, bigger situations. Because it's Ace Week right now. There's a lot to think about. All your Ace friends, because it comes right after Valentine's Day. So, just check up on your Ace friends. Maybe they're feeling a bit lonely on the Day of the Hearts. So, those are all I need to announce at the beginning. Silly things. She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a bloody stain, wouldn't you agree? Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Gah! No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. Your whip has just caused traces of blood to be found in my glorious playoff beard. However, if there is no room for... I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your honor is well aware. Oh, hey, no username. Welcome in. When a stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood. I have forgotten how to do the judge's voice, so we're just sticking back to the goddess of justice. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. Teach my girl how to stab me most efficiently. Oh, I certainly will. Any volunteers? Indeed. With the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound. That's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking. Why'd that open? We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all the contradictions. Order! 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 I must admit that this is a probable version of events. I'd expect no less from Franziska von Karma. I heard that last part. Why did you emphasize the last name? No reason. She locates and takes control of every vital point. It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all suspicion on your part and supposition. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please, remain standing on the crate. Oh, don't go selling me short now. Oh, the weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood. Sister. Yes? No, not sister. None. Please give us your testimony. How can nothing give a testimony? No, don't you join in on this bull. Giving Fran. I've never heard her called Fran except by, fan fictions. A thick German accent is now reminding me of Hogan's Heroes. I don't know what Hogan's Heroes is. I'll win the trial, or the judge shall spend the night in the cooler. I will give you a vigorous message. Not message. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. With the whip? Oh, boy. All right. When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? When I awoke Mystic Amy, she was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. Ugh. Why am I the only one freaked out by that statement? No reason, Your Honor. No, it's completely nothing. You're just. I gaslight you. You don't think this is weird. You gaslight me. I don't think this is weird. Not sure that's how the reference works, but sure. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karmas strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska von Karma. I heard that. And I'm here to teach you just that. I have so many Valentine's candies sitting on my desk from my wife, and they're calling to me, but I'm at work. I can't have any of them. When I looked across the scene, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah, words. Hold it. You said words? Yes. So, you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right! Some of it splattered onto Iris, too. When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room, and her blood-fleckled clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well? That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press this point further? But of course, I'm in right seat. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now you say you saw the victim bleeding. Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day. It was night. Fuck you! Pulling the sword out? Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It was like a back and forth motion. It was more like it came out. Witness, stop saying these words in this order. That it's getting both the attorneys bothered. You will add this to your. You will add this statement to your testimony, though. But don't say it like that. Oh! Was that important? The words? Yes. The tone? No. More importantly than you can imagine. I saw the instant in which the blade plunged into the hilt, was smoothly drawn out. No, that was the wrong thing. Smoothly, you say? You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out? That's right. The whole thing happened right next to the gold statue of Mystic Ami. Mystic Elise was on the ground and Iris was stooped over her. The sword was buried up to the hilt. When Iris stood up, the sword in her hand just slid out of Mystic Elise's body. It slid out from the gaping wound. Ah! It goes without saying that if the sword was removed, there would be bleeding. Nothing out of place here. Is that really the case? I can't help but feel that something about this testimony is very out of place. That something which couldn't possibly have happened appears to have happened. You mean like a lie? Yes, like a lie. Who would ever lie on the stands? That's kind of ridiculous. Well, I think it's this witness right here. Objection! Sister Bikini. Yes? Hey, what are you wearing under that? You just said it. Oh. Nope. Killing a bit. Don't continue. You are a reliable witness. None. I'm not reliable at all? Yes. At least, I'd like to think so. But there are too many contradictions here. What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. Are all the worst people in this case transphobic? I don't know. Can you whip them, Francisca? Yeah, let me just get my special whip out. You know. Ha! Why did it take you so long to react? It takes a while for the pain to ripple through my flub. Yo, I'm just going to stop there. What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claims to have seen... She's not a liar, she's Miss Piggy. You know because I am Miss Piggy and I have never lied. The weapon was thrust up to the hilt in its victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are completely impossible. What do you mean? Please explain yourself. That's what I was going to... Silence. To start with, do you think it would have been possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear to be strong enough for that. Objection. Doesn't appear. What meaningless dribble. I, too, may appear to be weak and frail. But I can crush men under my heel and make them weep. Should I so choose. The objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit. Objection? That isn't the only issue here. If the sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. That's... We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a plug of sorts. Wept a little. Sure, wept. Hey, there is wetness on my person. It must have come from a weep. However, wait, that's the wrong voice. This is over here. Edgeworth is over here. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. Objection! That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the shishito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly, and may still sometimes stop the blood loss. Objection! I'm not finished. There is still one more conclusive contradiction. You've still got more. This one is simple. If the sword really was thrust all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. No! No! My perfect record. Fuck you, Edgeworth. Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that. But what does this all mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is, the weapon used to kill the victim was not the shishito. What? A foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy, foolish fool. I'm glad you don't use gendered pronouns when insulting people. It's quite effective. And besides, then it's just, I can do it to anyone. I don't need to know their pronouns. All I need to know is that they are a fool. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was the murder weapon? Well, it's because Mr. Gami was holding it. Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only base we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the shishito was the murder weapon. Order! Order! So maybe the shishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that's the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. No, I didn't. The nun here saw everything. I saw something. The priestess here saw something, anything, everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true. Your response, Miss Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes. Namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found. Answer the question, Miss Von Karma. No evidence of that kind was found. Another mystery to throw onto the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me, could I say something? You just did. Now silence. Hey! I'm an important witness here. You will listen to me! I just remembered something, actually. What is it, priestess? I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was it was just over there. What exactly are you going on about here? The murder weapon, I mean! Maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of. You what? Ah! Well then, why did you whip me? Do you only go off of hearing? And when you are offended, it takes you time to strike your target? What kind of reflexes are that? Fuck! I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, priestess. Impossible. They're changing the words in the dialogue box. What else? What else could this woman have seen? I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gates. And there, I saw tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the murder weapon into Eagle River and came back when I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape. Well, with my back and my age and my 2 other things, you know? Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph. A snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. That solves your pesky little problem. Yes. The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? That's too easy. Miss Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. Location of the weapon. Objection. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? What do you mean? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be 2
sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge and those from coming back. You're right!
Ah, you are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeverse.
Ah,
On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction, now doesn't it?
I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow.
What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeverse?
Is there a flaw in her Big Bang Theory? Yes, it's just surface level geek culture. This idea that the snowfall covered one set of tracks. The tracks to the river were covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible.
Would you care to explain why there is a wood index finger currently pointed in my general direction?
No need. It's your commander direction, so the evidence will do all of the talking for me. It deals 2 permanent damage to your commander. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by snow, or so claims Miss Von Karma. Miss Edgeworth, please present your evidence to the contrary, Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow. Take that. Paper cut. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime. Like I said, it was around 1-1, aka 11.
Oh, that's funny. I can hear my wife's phone in the other room when I go,
Really hard!
yep, there it is.
Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct?
No, it's funny, wife. Don't say sorry, it's funny.
On that note, please take a look at this data. Or data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder.
The weather report?
Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped around 10:50. Therefore, when the priestess witnessed the crime at 1 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. Are you making fun of me? I dodged it. Luckily. Check again, bucko. Wah. Ah! It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up. Order! Order!
Very well, then. It looks like Ms. Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Don't do that again in my presence, Vic man. I am currently the goddess of justice. Oh, I'm sorry. Fool. It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Miles Edgeverse, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather. Of all things,
It's a legitimate thing that throws a wrench in your argument. Just because I'm relying on it does not mean I didn't fucking pwn your ass in Rivals. Just because I'm the more doesn't mean I didn't headshot you.
answer me this then. When is a weather report ever correct? Ah, no. You've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast. This is actual data. Forecast data. All weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have still been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 or 1 p.m.
Are you making fun of me? Oh, why didn't you attack her? She can fight back. Okay, fine. That makes sense. It's true. Miss Von Karma can fight back. And we cannot be totally sure. Yeah. Yeah, what? How did she pull that off?
You see, I just undid the button like so, and I just moved it above my head.
Whoa.
And then I put it back over my body.
Ah.
It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this.
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well.
It is true. Great job, Barbara. Did say. Great job. That is what Barbara said.
I, too, cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony.
You can't back down now, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeverse.
Very well, then, Miss Edgeworth. Where is your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed.
That's right. But proving that is
incredibly easy. If we want to know whether or not it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception.
And that is
the victim herself, Miss Elise Dornem.
Oh, could you point to that on the picture? Oh, and to make sure it's specifically her left pinky. 'Cause fuck you.
Why are you saying fuck you? We didn't do that.
Yes, I'm still angry.
Why is there no snow on top of her? Also, Tidbit, have you ever failed in image thing? Have you ever selected wrong?
Yes, in the Apollo games.
Why are you speaking through Franziska?
It's fun.
The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed. That's why.
Gah.
In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph there should be two sets of tracks.
Ah!
Order! Order!
Just what the Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeverse?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself. But this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing.
Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow.
Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained.
Didn't we just throw a ton of evidence to disprove that?
Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me.
What does, priestess?
There is only one key for this snowmobile. What?
Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder.
Which can only mean that night Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge. So she must have lifted on the Hazakura side on the bridge and crossed on foot.
That sounds right.
But what's odd is when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near Disney Bridge.
You must have just failed to see it, priestess.
Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. No, I thought you were talking about the murder weapon. Go on. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too. But that is impossible.
So many odds. Order! Order! Order in the court! What does this all mean?
So then, what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be two sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble.
I think we've learned all we can from this witness.
Yes. I've nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know.
But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile.
A witness, huh?
Was there no one out, walking, perhaps, near Dusky Bridge on that night?
You seem to have very intimate knowledge. Do you talk to the bridge?
Of course. Where do you think spirits congregate? We just, you know, can't really date the bridge. They're solid. We're ghosts. I don't think that's likely. I mean, a ghost in a bridge? It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that. Unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame.
You're. Oh, hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Your Honor. Actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us.
What? Really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder?
I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are two things about him that do come to mind, which are
Ghost. The ghost touching her overarches.
first, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder.
And the second being.
This individual that I am thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot.
Gone sting so hard. Especially after they touch. This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc Delac's Guide to Obnoxious French Paintings.
This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Elise Donem.
Her student? Interesting. And why was he wandering about outside on the night of the murder?
That's. I could tell them about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was, perhaps, searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him, although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason.
And so, this unfortunate, unreliable looking man, what exactly was it that he saw?
I intend to extract that from him, right here in this courtroom.
Summon this youth as witness immediately. I have no choice, do I?
I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him.
Very well.
Larry, you may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. No one can lie on the witness stand.
The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. Why am I yawning so much?
February 9th, 11:15 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are 2 things which I need to ask you before we reconvene.
All right. I'll help you any way I can.
First, about that night. You really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There is only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me.
So it was you? But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
Iris.
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet? What do you mean yet? Yet? Dutch? Dutch. Dutch? Dutch. Dutch? Dutch? Dutch.
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Her?
The safety of the acolyte.
The acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Stop yawning!
Alright. Give me a sec. I am gonna eat some Valentine's candies. Maybe the sugar will help my brain move.
Yum.
I like how you made Edgeworth sound like a disappointed parent when the locks go up. Well, what else would Edgeworth be like in that moment? It's pretty accurate. Do I want some coffee? No! I never ever want coffee! Stop! It's nasty! Miss Edgeworth, you've used 19 of our minutes eating gushers.
Yes, I've been yawning so much.
There's coffee if you want some. No, I don't want coffee! No! It tastes like dirt!
Iris, look at me. Look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Donem?
That's not her name. No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
As I thought, no psychologs. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough.
Refreshing. No, dirt is not refreshing, except to refresh your memory that you got thrown into the ground.
February 9th. 11:36 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 7. Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where is the witness?
During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery.
Suspicious behavior?
He was sketching something very intensely.
I dare ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained.
He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip.
I can only presume that his intention was to... I didn't even say it!
Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Well, some of us sleep buried in the dirt of the land that we came from, so... Vampire! I knew it! Lorissa Donem, I hope you're ready. Get in here.
Everyone, get in here! It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today.
Oh! Your sketch is in contempt of this court.
Hey! I was just artistic. Ow!
You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct?
Look! I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out of the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term of the color, viridian. Viridian.
Larry,
this isn't an art store, now is it?
I know! I graduated junior high, okay?
Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it?
Working in the fields?
I presume he wanted to say field work. I hope. That's it. Thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial. At all! I expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red! Or to use the technical term, Crimson Lake.
Stop your pathetic blabbering and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, this is all your fault. Testify, now.
This is too much for me. I'm just a simple bean, man. I'm just a little scramblo. I was at the lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at that bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy? Edgy! Would you date me if you were a girl? Oh, that is so... Oh, I want to kill you now.
Can I?
No, he is a witness. Oh.
Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony.
I'm just a nobody. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? I'm just a little bean. I'm just a little guy. And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else?
Miss Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people.
You gotta understand, man. I was practicing to paint twinks. That Rod dude inspired me. Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything. Every case. Just wait till AA7. I really will be the final testimony. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy.
Ugh. These candies are so good. Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination. With no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time.
What I saw.
Objection! That statement contradicts the data provided by this piece of evidence. It does? How do you mean? Forgive me, Your Honor, but you just said it yourself that it does. Don't try to play mind games with me. What? What? Curses. It appears I have yet to adjust being on this side of the courtroom. Oh. Oh, no. Okay. There's some bullshit in this guide. Just in this episode. So, remember earlier when I presented the shishito and accidentally pressed that statement? It doesn't say present this on X statement. It just simply says present shishito. So if you're going a bit blind, you don't know which statement to present the shishito on. And here, you needed just a little bit more, because it says present Phoenix Wright's profile on the statement that begins with I didn't see. And that's all it gives. But as you can see here, I didn't see anyone. I didn't see a snowmobile. Gosh. And now I got stabbed. Bullshito? Precisely, some bullshito right here.
I want to feed butts to the hungry crabs in the cellar.
All right. You can do that after this case, because that will be the last time we need Larry Butts. Objection. Larry Butts. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble.
I'm sorry, but you wouldn't understand what it's like having, like, a really horrible, like, upbringing and people thinking you are a certain way, and then when you try and change, they just keep on pulling it back.
I wouldn't. Would I? From your perspective, would I?
No! You're the same old dude, buddy, pal, Manly Edgeworth that I know.
Of course. Of course. But, having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been. That could be considered a step in the right direction.
Angie, are you trying to console me? Man, only do that when you're a girl.
I'm going to kill him!
No, you can't do it yet. He's a valuable witness. We'll kill him after the trial.
Ugh. But what about the third trial? Is it going to show up then?
Oh, fuck. I forgot. Well, we won't be in the courtroom when that happens.
How do you know that?
I've played this game before. It certainly doesn't sound that way to me.
However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create.
What? You're totally pinning this on me.
Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder.
Me, whenever Larry shows up, oh, I'm tired, boss.
You're not the one reading this. You're just watching me do this. But I can see, as an audience member, how tiring Larry is.
Priestess Bikini, after seeing the murder took place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts.
What? That's right. Me, in the flesh.
Listen carefully, witness. It's tea time. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change.
But what do you want me to do then?
Larry, what you need to do is change your inner self. Get on some estrogen. Learn about yourself or something. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue, is all I need from you.
What do I get out of it?
You don't get killed as quickly.
Edgy. You look really good as a girl. I think I've finally woken up.
It's woken.
I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well.
I'll ask again, then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder?
What I saw part 2, electric boogaloo. Oh wait, that joke died. People just say it out of habit now. Not as like a legitimate joke, it's just simply you say it after 2. It's not funny anymore. So of course Larry Butts will say it. I went to the shack at around 9. So it would have been around 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window and Disky Bridge was on fire. There was some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick.
You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? Oh, look, I can finally talk. So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire?
It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. Totally burnt out. Like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall.
What did you say?
No, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. You just caught a cold and Ugh, I fucked up.
Yes, you fucking did. Even I know that about Miss Phoenix Wright.
She caught a cold. Sorry, I've been out of the country, and this is like the first week I've heard about it. I'm still trying, and I understand when I make a mistake.
I never know with that woman if she should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Miss Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination.
I went to the shack and around.
Press on. There was still. Now I gotta check all of them if there is more than one. There was still.
Hold it! You said
Right away.
but exactly how long after the strike was that?
The lightning fell, and then the bridge caught on fire, maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta check this out!
How far is the small shack you've in from the bridge?
Hold on. Well, it had pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk?
And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there?
Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare.
Well, should I press him for a little more info? What? Larry, let me ask you one thing.
What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face?
Why didn't you call anyone?
Huh? What do you mean?
Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct?
Well, of course I thought of doing that.
So then, let's hear why you didn't.
Huh? Yeah, okay. A reason. My reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone. I just, didn't have time, okay? I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later.
Objection. Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not.
What the hey, Edgy? You make me sound like some sort of alien.
But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time.
I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those.
This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what happened. Is this correct?
Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less.
I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to the Dusky Bridge, meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m.
That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his fallen act.
That is impossible.
What do you mean?
11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time.
Excuse me. I have an objection.
You do?
Angie, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry. I'm Luis. Don't. Damn!
It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The priestess only said, around 1, in which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma.
The slope ahead is slippery. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m.
And why not?
It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have still been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means
What exactly?
Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down.
What the fuck is going on over here? I'm getting a lot of pings.
All right. In fact, he did not arrive. Yeah, I read that. Larry! You arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m., but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now, then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes?
I feel like I just got brutally woken up by toilet splashback. Poseidon's kiss. But dude, fuck, I didn't read the line because I don't care about Larry. I guess I was still sleeping. And, you know.
Order.
So, there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem.
Yeah, not much of a problem at all.
Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there is a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Yes, witness, why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there, staring into space. This witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty.
That's what it sounds like.
Ah, but this is Larry we are talking about. And even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction.
Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude.
Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all?
Yes.
I may really say it.
Then say it! You fucking bamboozling bumkiss of a man. Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this. However, let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness?
I was eating Gushers. I bought a ton of Valentine's candy for myself and I was just eating them. I'm a Donim. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and all I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the frames had gone out, and then he came running up.
I suppose artists can be strange folk.
That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect skeleton.
Including that ridiculous accent. It's like 13 of them blended all together. Including the truth from the sound of it.
Mrs. Edgeworth, sorry. Has this removed the last of your doubts?
Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains.
And what would that be?
This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him.
You'll regret this, Edgy. I'm a Donim.
Hold it. Sketching the burning bridge.
The burning bridge and everything that came with it.
Why this accent? What came with it?
You want to hear this from my lips, don't you, Edgy? You'll regret this. Ow!
Enough! Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean.
That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Miss Edgeworth.
What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there. Larry, I wonder if you could please show us your sketch.
Well, even I couldn't have imagined it'd turn out like this.
Imagined what?
That Lorraine's Down M's debut would take place here, today, like this. Ouch!
Show it now!
Okay, but still yourselves. This is the world and the Reese Down M.
Ah. Well. So this is Dusky Bridge, correct?
Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Ms. Von Karma?
Yes. Well, it's a better drawing than I expected.
Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames. I really did.
Yes, I'm sure you did.
Oh, this is going to get ugly.
No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry,
What?
the burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate looking figure?
Oh, you spotted that? I thought you might.
However much I might want to ignore it, I can't.
It's Iris, of course! Iris! I wish we'd take better care of ourselves. We have to plan our future. You know? What would have happened to her if she injured herself flying like that?
Larry, please answer this next question honestly.
Okay.
Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames?
Yep. That's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real bona fide, genuine artist. Are you high?
The girl, she's really high up in this picture. Oh, what was that for? This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Speaking of wild theories, remember that thing that I talked about yesterday? Well, not yesterday, last stream about the Rivals stuff. Remember that? Remember that and how I was talking about the Rivals devs might know who I am? I have another piece of evidence. I don't know if everyone got the same title thing, but you know the red envelopes that came out? The title that I got was Wild Imagination. Now, if everyone got that, that'd be fine. That wouldn't be anything to write home about. But if you get a different name title than Wild Imagination, please tell me so I can confirm that something is going on. I'm going crazy. Anyway, enough Rivals. No court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there is some precedent for this.
She was flying pretty high. My sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet off the bridge at last. At least. It was really something to see.
This has to be some kind of mistake. Miss Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth. What? Me? This witness is your friend, is he not? No, he's a transphobic. Keeps misgendering me and my partner, right? It's very wrong. You understand? And that's just, you know, the transphobic part. There's all this stuff that he's known for. He dates so many women and they never get seen again. He could be a murderer. Let's see. He was also on that list that came out, you know. Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. Let us get back to the cross-examination by force, if necessary. Miss Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradictions here. Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron.
Well, what do you think of my blue piece? Uh,
Get that thing away from me now! Now, hurry up and cross-examine him.
I'm a donam, an artist. Was it else?
Objection. Just objection. Tiny, barely noticeable. I'm dying. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care.
In your position, I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1. It's the truth of it.
You're not even reading the boxes.
Nope. I'm still making just as much sense.
True. If that is truly the case, then there is one thing we can say for certain. What might that be? That person who flew over that bridge could not have been the defendant Iris.
Whoa! What do you mean? I don't understand. You're using words. Ah!
A foolhardy, fully of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim?
Tell us, Larry, according to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct?
Of course she was. She didn't have the like surgery. Cross-stitching him, I think it's called. So she still had a hood.
Not that hood, Larry, and not that word.
That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood was what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood.
Yep, nope, get this DeviantArt stuff out. Nope, do not make that joke.
It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defendant's bench.
Hey, just because they're on DeviantArt doesn't mean they're fools.
DeviantArt is filled with AI bullshit, remember?
Oh, yeah, right.
Fun fact, I have a DeviantArt account. I haven't posted, like, any of my voxel art stuff to it, because when I tried to, when, like, Twitter was first blowing up and dying, I, like, went there, and it was, like, promoting of just, like, you can have your art enhanced by AI, and I'm like, I don't like that. This was, like, right after NFTs as well. This was, like, fresh off of AI was allowed. The AI blocker on DeviantArt doesn't work. And so I have never been to DeviantArt since. Which is fine. I eventually learned to use Tumblr more. And, you know, Tumblr is very curated. It doesn't really have an algorithm. You simply put the things you want on your feed, and they show up on your feed. And then stuff of your friends or the people you follow also show up on your feed. So you can get a slightly wider range, but that means if you don't want something, you don't see it. So I just don't follow any, like, AI stuff or political or all that. It's so nice. It's a shame they keep on deleting trans women.
Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. Trans women are real. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggesting it was Wright who took flight?
What are you talking about?
I think you understand what I mean just fine.
Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood?
What?
Edgy! What's going on with Iris and Nick? Why you, Nick, you dog! Iris, she was mine. She was gonna be the next truly final girlfriend.
The final testimony.
Exactly!
I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded straight into the garbage.
Ow! What is it now, witness?
It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today is the day I get to completely stupefy you.
What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness?
I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence.
Definitive. What? Okay, this is gonna be a real trick.
So, von Kammer, words, saying things, and this evidence.
Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge, and I, Loris Donim, shall prove it.
I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch. And show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality.
I had the misfortune of faving a dude's post, only to look at his blog and find he's a SS lover. Tumblr proceeded to shove like 8 blogs down and... Oh. Okay. SS has a very different meaning in my vocabulary. I always forget it is related to Nazis, and now I am concerned that I always call a friend SS. Ugh. Uh-oh. Tumblr finally got it through its thick skull that I don't want that crap. Yep.
Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm gonna feed you a whoopin' serving of pain!
You've been serving us a whooping serving of pain this whole time! Trust me.
Proof that Iris flew. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, I frantically searched all over for her. That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night.
A crystal sphere.
Yeah, like a crystal egg. This one. Pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers.
I don't like it when Larry stares directly at the viewer.
You mean like right now? I am looking at you with my one evil eye. You will be mine, girl. Every girl will be mine one day.
You'll be the queen of the world?
Yeah, queen of the... King of the world, you
What? I didn't even know those slurs existed.
Oh my goodness. Can we remove him from the witness stand now?
Nope.
It was stricken from the record, so theoretically we don't actually have any evidence to take him off the stand. What kind of system is that? It's ridiculous. That sphere. Where did you find it?
Let me see. Around here somewhere. Looks about right.
Can we feed Larry to Mo?
Oh, you must know. Larry is one of my children. He is the spawn of what is unfunny.
I thought Mo was unfunny.
Okay, Larry is all the really bad stuff.
But I thought Mo was the really bad stuff.
I just don't want to eat him, okay? He's nasty. I mean, did you hear what slurs he just said? I'm an immortal being beyond all comprehension and sanity. I can hear beyond the sense of beeping. Oh boy.
When Mo can pull a Saturn devouring his son. Oh my gosh. I thought about saying that. I was like, that's too niche a reference. Not everyone knows about that painting.
And it was half buried in the snow?
It had pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge.
The court accepts this crystal sphere.
That's mine, okay? I want it back afterwards.
There's something on it.
Huh?
Oh my, it's blood! What? Blood? Larry can have periods? How is he such a dick?
You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's going to push me around anymore.
Didn't you want to be called La Regionum only a few minutes ago? Objection! Larry, that night there was someone who lost a crystal sphere.
There was? Who was this stupid idiot?
Miss Elise Dornham, your mentor.
The victim.
Yes, I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere.
Hey, Chatter, don't say why I'm not allowed to the pool. No! That's my photograph. Give it back. Ah!
A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch.
They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. Is that why you date so many women? Is it because you think they all look the same?
I only date Von Woman. And yes, she's just everywhere all the time, and sometimes duplicates. It's very powerful, very alluring.
This is the victim's staff, found at the scene of the crime.
The crystal sphere. It's gone.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Did you get a thumbnail for the YouTube video?
This isn't 2010. We can make our own thumbnails beyond what was in the video. Just, what does this mean? It means some people actually spend time on their thumbnails and makes unique ones per thing. We only do that occasionally for these streams. Most of the time, it is the default simple sketch. If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris, after all. She was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either.
That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Ms. Elise Dornem. Objection. A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected.
You can't do that. You can't reject me. Ow!
And this crystal sphere? This is nothing more than a red herring.
You honestly believe that?
Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Dunham was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all.
Objection. Miss Franziska von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns.
Why are you pointing at me? I'm not a clown.
The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case?
Objection! That crystal sphere. It was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent. Which is the exact same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch.
What? You mean... No, I'm the killer? No, wow!
All joking aside, you should go on estrogen and become a puppy girl. It will solve everything for you. You are scatterbrained. You don't need a brain. You'd be much better trained. Just when did the crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case.
She makes a valid point. Larry would be a better puppy girl than this. There is no evidence that Elise Donem left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Like Larry after HRT.
What the hell are you whispering?
Your response, Miss Edgeworth? I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere.
If it is not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time.
Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth.
Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? Choose a... Yes, I can. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it. That's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's what she'd do. I heard that! Fuck! Alright, fine. Whip me.
But it was in your thoughts. You didn't say it with your words, which is the only way to affect another person.
Yes, but I do want to get punished. You didn't even let me finish!
No, I heard that you wanted it, so I delivered.
Ugh. Ugh. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You will do what?
That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when she is cornered.
Hey, that's my line. That should come as no surprise. I've seen those eyes well. Because right now, I am Phoenix Wright. And I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Miss Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct?
That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over, man. It's game over, man. Game over. The snow would have totally covered it.
That's all I need to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slight.
Snowing?
On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder.
What? No!
Order! 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 On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal to come loose. What could that have been? The sphere. There is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge.
Objection! The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness.
Just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Ms. Von Karma?
You're only allowed to do the last name joke when it's the full name. Otherwise, you're just abusing me. Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? See, whole name, not just Edgeworth. The priestess saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura temple courtyard.
Objection! No. That's not exactly true, now is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body.
That's the same thing!
No, it isn't. Ugh! You said it yourself.
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blades. At the moment of a blade's insertion, if you want to talk about the most blood would be lost from the body, that would be when the blade is removed.
I don't even know what that flashback voice is. That's weird. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
Objection! You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Donem's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest that someone carried the body all that way?
I've made it this far. The only place to take it this is to the end. I'll have to call the clinic to get more pills. It's the only way. I just need to prove that my version of the events is also perfectly plausible.
I'm not making a joke about anyone else. I do legitimately, after this stream, need to call the clinic for more pills. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple.
Take this. On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it also could have been used to carry a body. Order! 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 Aha! Ooh.
I went a bit loud at that one, and some tea wanted back out of my mouth, out of my throat, out of my stomach. Ugh. This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave.
What do you mean?
The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moves the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin?
You're too late, Franziska von Karma. See, full name, did it. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation.
What?
Where was the victim, Elise Donem, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean?
Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it.
Objection! This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. Hey! However, He would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point.
Edgy, thank you.
That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Ah! Ah! You'll make me so mad.
Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It's just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner.
Excuse me?
There was one reason and one reason alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright.
Really? What was that all about? That's what the hell that was about. You could have just told me from the very beginning. Then I would have had Fred.
Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel.
A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. You seem only good to crush men under your heel. Isn't that true?
What a shit. Wait, what do you mean, not a.
This is all your fault. Such a terrible weakness. You are near affront to all that stands holy. I demand satisfaction. I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event, and that no one will testify that they died here. Von Karma became angry puppy. I am not a puppy girl. I am not a puppy girl. I am the trainer. I am the one with the clicker. I am the one with the whip. I am not a puppy girl. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the question it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. Time for a snack break. We're at 2 hours. February 9th. 3:43 a.m. Haughty Clinic. Intensive Care Unit. I'm still up at this hour, reading through the trial record of a certain case. It's the first case my mentor, Mia Fey, had ever handled in a court of law. The horrifying truth that I refuse to accept is holding me here hostage
is holding me hostage here within its pages. Dahlia Hawthorne. What I have read, I don't want to believe. What is written here, this isn't the Dahlia I knew. After falling into Eagle River, I was somehow miraculously saved. But I ended up catching a cold that seemed to knock me around the world and back. My voice will never be the same. I feel dizzy. My ears are ringing. My throat burns. And my head is on fire. But I will recover. I have to recover by this afternoon. I have to meet with the most ill-tempered witness imaginable. But I know that she will be able to help me with him. Somehow. February 9th, 2:43 p.m., Dusky Bridge. Right? Are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? You still look like you still look a little green in the face.
Or maybe a Viridian in Addis speak.
Actually, my fever has gone down quite a bit.
How's your temperature now?
Only 102.2 degrees. Nothing to worry about. Anyway, I read today's trial record. You weren't bad, Edgeworth. Pretty impressive, despite the circumstances. We're not in the clear yet. The main point of contention tomorrow is going to be the murder weapon. Yeah. In the end, the Shishito did not deliver the deadly blow, which means there must be another sword hiding out there that we don't know about. Another sword, huh? Don't worry about a thing, pal. I'll dig up the murder weapon myself, or I'll eat my coat. Thanks again, Edgeworth. I'll handle things from here. That is probably for the best. Actually, I was thinking about paying the old precinct a little visit. There's something I want to look into. And that is our client's background, naturally. You mean Iris, ma'am? I have the feeling that we've met before. All I want is confirmation, one way or another. And since I probably won't be getting that from you, I'm sorry, Edgeworth. I bid you adieu, right? Take care. Guess I should get moving, too. Why? Don't you need to investigate? Yeah, I've gotta get to work on this bridge, pal. I'm rigging something up so we can get across to the other side. Ha! That's right. Maya's still stuck over at the inner temple. But don't worry, pal. As soon as it's all set, you'll be the first to know. Thank you, Gums. No problem, pal. Just try not to give me that cough of yours, okay? You stay well. All right, I'm off. Hang in there, Maya. We'll get you out. I promise. But in the meantime, I've got to continue collecting evidence. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, main gate.
Come on, please. It's for an artist's sake. I swear. It's for art's sake.
There's only one guy I know who could be this persistent and high-strung.
I'm talking about the heroine here. The heroine in my book. It'll make you famous. Ow!
Enough! A fool's who foolishly accepts the foolishness of a fool's fool. Wouldn't you agree, Phoenix Wright?
Huh? Me? Wait a second. I know you. You're...
Your reflexes and mind need to shape up.
My brain's frying like a sunny side up, and you want to grill me over a name?
Franny, you can't do that. Even as we speak, Nick's on the brink of death. Or so I'm told.
Whip a dead horse. Isn't that one of your American... Wait, I can do this. Whip a dead horse? Isn't that one of your American sayings?
No, it's not. And I'm not on the brink of anything.
Come on, Nick. Tell her, would you? Tell her she needs to be a model for my new picture book. Franny's Whippity Whip Trip.
Ah! I got the hiccups. Before you ask me to model, learn to give at least semi-coherent testimony.
And before that, you'll have to learn how to live a semi-coherent life, Larry. I heard Edgeworth suggest you become a puppy girl. That's a really good idea.
What the hell is a puppy girl? Great, now you got me the hiccups. Ugh. I don't care what anyone says. I'm telling the truth. I'm not a puppy girl. I saw what I saw.
Ah! These hiccups are kicking my butt.
Give me a sec while I mute and get these out.
She flew. I'm telling you. Whoosh. Just like that, dude. With the red underwear. Don't think I'm gonna forgive you guys when you come crawling back to apologize.
What was with the pause at guys, Larry?
Well, because Francisca's here and she's obviously a woman.
Francisca, can we kill this guy and not tell anyone about it?
I'm sorry, but he is necessary for the final piece of the trial, or so I'm told by Edgeverse.
Off he goes.
It's amazing how little has changed with you in the past year, Phoenix, right? I thought you started the HRT.
I have, but suits are.
They hide a lot. Your face has gotten softer. I just wanted to be sure.
Oh, look at her eyes in between the slots here. I don't know what's going on here, but kind of hot. Have you been in Germany all this time?
That's right. Extending my perfect win record, naturally.
Oh, joy. Sounds like she hasn't changed a bit. Has it really been a year since we first met?
I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy.
I see.
I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason: revenge.
Franziska was born and raised in Germany and became a prosecutor at the age of 13. Her father was the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. And this is woman Fran von Karma. He had a perfect win record for 40 long years. But now he is gone from this world. Thank goodness. Don't tell me you still hold a grudge against me. Because of what happened to your father. You're like Shampoo from that anime, Ranma.
I am nothing like that girl. I know how to speak English. I know how to speak your language, I should more say. Phoenix Wright, you will fall before me. This I promise. But it will be for my sake, not my father's. Are we clear?
Yes, Crystal.
In truth, I was shocked. I came back to America with the intention of defeating you in combat. But now I'm getting ideas of the bedroom. Instead, it was my little sister who was leading the defense.
Edgeworth. Come to think of it, Edgeworth was pulled into being a prosecutor by Manfred von Karma as well.
Miles Edgeworth told me something very interesting, you know. She said this case has a special significance to you.
Because it does.
And that's precisely why I am here. Your personal involvement will make crushing you into teensy-weensy pieces all the better.
Kinda hot.
Thank you.
It's probably the fever, but she's openly hostile that it's almost kinda cute.
Down! No smirking.
No whipping
The sick! That foolish fool. Doing such a foolish favor for such a foolishly foolish fool. Also, it's not labeled as a disease anymore. Can't call out of work for gender dysphoria.
Edgeworth.
Make no mistake, Phoenix Wright. I came here for one thing, and one thing only. To pulverize you.
It's not like I thought you were here to bring me some cold killer X, you know.
I went over the whole case file on the flight over.
You read the whole thing?
Yes, every last word of every last. Wait. Every last word of every last sentence of every last paragraph. That's all I needed. All the ridiculous things you did made it a very interesting read, you know? Attempting to cross a burning bridge? Did you even consider the dangers? No. The only thing I thought in my mind was, I have to get across. A fool who doesn't sink is more foolish than a fool who foolishly sinks. Gumshoe said she'd let me know once the bridge was repaired. Maya, she's got to be okay. I just know it. Plus, I need to ask her about what really happened at the Inner Temple that night. Also, I just thought of a funny little parallel. To, like, you know, the classic shipping of Phoenix and Edgeworth and Francisca and Maya. If you play the relationship between Phoenix and Maya like they're just siblings, like they just know each other really well, but they don't have romantic interest in each other, as it should be, and they're just, you know, siblings that fuck with each other, then you get the exact same dynamics from both sides. You got Francisca and Edgeworth fucking with each other out of sibling, you know, love. And then you got Nikki and Maya fucking with each other out of siblingly love. Is this their meet cute? I don't know what meet cute means. I didn't exist in this world. I was born on the moon. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, Main Hall. That was one long sigh. Sister Bikini? Oh my, my, my! I didn't know you were here! How are you doing? You don't have to pretend to be in a good mood for my sake. I suppose I've made a terrible mess of things, haven't I? I let Mystic Elise die, and then there's Iris as well! Mystic Elise? Now that I think about it... There's an acolyte stuck at the Inner Temple, and the poor little girl has gone missing too! That little girl? You don't mean Pearl, do you? Yes, I'm afraid so! I'm afraid I do! She hasn't been seen since the morning after the incident. Pearl? She's missing? Why didn't anyone tell me about this? Because you're the only one who... You and Maya are the only ones who know that Pearl would be here! It's the scene where the couple meets probably in a cute way in a rom-com. Did Phoenix become an emo girl in the valley? Well, they keep on saying that Phoenix's throat is fucked up, and I'm just playing it like the voice I did for Phoenix in the Apollo trilogy, but, you know, with the femme leaning, because we've done that to Phoenix now. Oh, that'd be sad. You can just say, oh, all of the Apollo trilogy is Phoenix didn't fully transition. They had to stop. That'd suck. But no, that's not history. We're changing history with this prequel. Though, transitions never truly stop. They just go on pause. You can always continue them at another time. I must be getting old. I think I've seriously lost faith in myself. Are you talking about your performance at the trial today? You believe me, don't you? I'm not a liar. I would never lie.
that sword from Mystic Elise's body that night. I'm certain of it. At least, I was until this morning.
I don't see any psych locks, so she must be telling the truth. So why are you so unsure of yourself all of a sudden?
You know that artist who testified after me?
We had a flashback voice for Larry. I forget what it was.
Oh yeah, it was him being like kind of a heartthrob. I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. I felt like I might start flying myself.
When I saw that man testify so fervently about something so impossible, I started to wonder if I had acted just like him when I was on the witness stand.
I wouldn't take that guy too seriously. He's an artist, but all he draws is trouble and nothing else. If both Bikini and Larry are telling the truth, then that can only mean one thing. They both didn't see what they think they saw. On the night of the incident, you met Iris at the inner temple. Is that correct?
That's right. I'm sure it was Iris.
But Iris claims she was in her room in Hazakura Temple.
I knew I shouldn't have come back here that night.
But because you did, Maya is stuck all by herself at the inner temple.
I'm so sorry. I would have done it for you. I would have stayed at the temple for you, Maya. The drafts in that place are nothing to shake a stick at. Winter is especially bad.
I'll bet. The training hall looks like it's about to fall down any second.
Eagle Mountain has always been prone to earthquakes, just so you know.
Earthquakes?
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if the next big one levels the training hall.
We've gotta get Maya out of there. Fast!
But still, there's really no need to worry. I mean, I'm not in the training hall, so you wouldn't lose anything valuable. That area on the other side of Dusky Bridge is isolated like an island.
It's like an island? How so?
Well, the only thing on that side of the bridge is the inner temple. No one lives out there, and it's surrounded on all sides by the river or the forest.
I see.
So a criminal would be trapped. Should they choose to flee in that direction? Wink, wink, hint, hint, I totally don't know anything. As long as the bridge is out of commission, he or she will have to stay there. Wink, wink. Wink, wink, pink, pink, oink, oink.
That means Maya could be stuck out there with a murderer. And with no way of escape either.
Oh, dear! Yes, I suppose it does.
Ugh. Please, Gumshoe, get that bridge up faster. I'm curious about a few things. If you don't mind answering some questions.
Oh? Do you need to know my measurements for your investigation or something? The 3 sizes, as they would put it?
No. No for every size. No. I want to know a little more about the victim, Miss Elise Donem.
I'm afraid I don't know her waist size, or her bust size for that matter.
No. I'm wondering why she came to stay in a place like this to begin with. I mean, she told us herself that she wasn't here for spiritual training.
My. You make it sound like this place is some sort of dump, Mr. Wright. I'm here! Mystic Elise was here to soak up the natural beauty of Eagle Mountain, if you must know. I mean, I had to stand there so much for her to paint me.
There, you did it again, Sister Bikini. I noticed you always refer to Miss Donem as Mystic Elise.
Oh?
Yes, now, why is that? After all, she's not here as an acolyte.
Well, when we address all our visitors as mystic, it makes their experience to feel authentic. And anyway, she's older than me. You must respect your elders. You won't know.
How do you know that? How can you say for sure that she's older than you?
Oh.
It seems Miss Elise Donem was no ordinary visitor after all. And there's Pearl. She was with Miss Donem on the evening of the murder, and now she's vanished. It's all got to be connected somehow. Why did Pearls have to get mixed up in this?
Please, Mr. Wright, I know you're worried, but try to keep it together.
Also, Puri, you ask if Phoenix became an emo, but you gave Phoenix black lipstick. You kind of like preceded this.
Oh, man. My head's throbbing so bad it's killing me. Getting misgendered. Oh, the humanity. The womanity of it. Oh, womb. Man. Pearl. She was with Miss Donem on the night of the murder. Remember?
Yes, but I have a temple to run, you know. I was busy preparing for the training. I didn't see the little darling even once after we'd finished eating. She didn't want my autograph.
The murder didn't take place right in front of her innocent eyes, did it?
According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home either.
Come on, keep calm. There's one place left where Pearl could be. She just has to be there. Come on, Gumshoe. Tell me you'll be done with the repairs soon. February 9th, Hazakura Temple, Courtyard. This is where Sister Bikini witnessed the incident. It's hard to imagine she was lying on the stand. So, maybe there are some clues that have yet to be found.
I don't believe it. I do not believe that there's nothing to do here.
Miss Donem's staff. I definitely remember there being a crystal sphere attached to the staff. I guess Larry eventually found the sphere near the foot of Dusky Bridge. But what was it doing all the way out there? The Shishito. It's there in Mystic Ami's right hand. But it was proven in court today that it wasn't the murder weapon. Given the design, it must have been used for some pretty gruesome things in the past. The main gate's on the other side of that stone wall. The different in elevation is almost 10 feet. That's how steep this hillside is. And that's also the height the body fell from, according to the autopsy. It's possible that Miss Donham was pushed from the top of the wall?
No stepladder.
Alright, yeah, I guess that is it.
Hey! Hey! What was that jarring, inconsiderately loud yell?
Oh, hey! So this is where you've been. Keeping nice and warm, I see.
Detective, how's the repair?
The bridge? Yeah, I did. I told you I'd let you know.
Well. Then I'll come along with you and...
Sorry, ma'am. No unauthorized entry. Access is restricted to people involved in the case.
What was that? I'm involved, aren't I? You couldn't get much more involved than me. I'm the most important. Me!
You're not the defendant.
Me!
You're not the victim.
Me!
You're not even a lawyer.
Me!
Well, yeah, but that's not.
I can hear the me's from the next room, and they sound like little chipmunks.
It's been a while, Scruffy.
It's my karma. Ah! Oh, he did fall over.
Sister, please. I'm not Edgeworth. Fuck! You know about that too?
Well, yeah, obviously. It's fucking hilarious.
Please, Tess. Please, leave the investigation to me.
My. Well, you certainly seem to have everything under control.
I am on your side. I won't do anything you don't want me to.
As you work to pin the guilt on Iris.
What are you daydreaming about, Phoenix Wright?
Ah, that hurts, you know.
Silence! I, Franziska von Kramer, will personally guide you through your investigation. So you will follow me.
She's not seriously going to follow me around, is she? Well, let's see if we can get the stepladder now. Nope.
February 9th. Inner Temple Gate.
Things have certainly become a lot more hectic than before.
They must have commenced with the investigation.
Oh, Mr. Nick!
That voice.
Oh, you're a woman.
Pearl!
Mrs. Nick! Ah!
So, you were here ever since that night.
I was so lonely. I thought I was gonna die. When I woke up in the morning and saw that Dusky Bridge was gone, I
I was all alone.
She was all alone? It must have been very trying for you, little girl.
Oh, you're...
I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. There's no need to worry now that I'm here.
You're the prosecutor who was so mean to Mr. Maya last year.
Well,
I don't like you. You're nothing but a little girl without your whip. Mystic Maya didn't do anything wrong, but you are so mean! I'll never forgive you!
I'm getting screamed at by a little girl, and it hurts. It looks like Pearl's words are getting under her skin. Ah! Why are you whipping me? I didn't even say anything. You didn't have to. The smile on your lips gave you away. Anyway, Pearl, weren't you with Maya?
I'm sorry. It's not my fault.
Huh? What are you talking about, Pearl?
Mystic Maya!
Hey! Wait, Pearl! It's all right, Phoenix. Just stand there. You don't just stay there. Don't hurt yourself. You're being caring. Well, yes. I have had a moral crisis just now. She just ran off. I can't follow after her. That was cruel, Phoenix, right? To make a little girl cry like that is inexcusable. What was that all about? First you're nice to me, now you're whipping me? Where do you get off on this bipolar nonsense? Yeah, I mean the nonsense of not telling me you're switching. Bipolar is a real thing. I'm just very sick. What was that? Oh, Pearl acting like that. It's giving me the creeps. Every time someone gets whipped, I get the hiccups. I go too hard when I'm in pain, apparently. I guess I'd better take a look around since I finally got the chance. Especially since something about this place seems different from 2 days ago. There's a weird smell coming from that Ah! Ah. Alright, I am back. The door is also open, almost like it's begging me to look inside. Well, well, let's see what stunning glue is concealed in here, shall we? Huh? It's empty. How naive of you, Phoenix Wright. But it's a bit strange, don't you think, Franziska von Kerma? You fucking lovers and spreading your stupid jokes. I seem to remember there was snow on this incinerator the first time I saw it. In other words, someone's been using it to burn something recently. Listen, Phoenix Wright. It's impertinent to call people by their full name. I was only copying you. What, do you want me to start calling you Phoenix Wrong or Phoenix Trite? How lazy you think I am to go down to that low. Training hall.
February 9th. In a temple. Training hall.
What the hell is up with the goddess's voice? It sounded like it was tainted by What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? Maya, she was supposed to be in here training. Yet it appears she's nowhere to be seen. What's that? That strange lock. It wasn't there 2 days ago. This whole room is really giving off some strange vibes. Strange vibes! Look at the red lock in front of you. This door. When I was here 2 days ago, that weird lock wasn't on it. Those chains, it's almost as if they're guarding something inside that cavern. I've never seen a lock quite like this before. I have. I've seen those locks and chains just like this before. They look just like the ones that guard a person's secrets during a psyche lock. I wonder if this lock is guarding something too. Dark secrets in a dark cavern. What do you think this yellowish poster is, Phoenix Wright? It's a scroll, not a poster. It's a picture of a woman who's actually a woman? I don't see any woman here. Rude. On the scroll! I'm not bad! You see, I'm not bad. My girlfriend, she's like an ally. Wouldn't that make you gay? No. I do the fucking. That doesn't make me gay. She gets fucked by me, which makes her gay. There's a different atmosphere in this room since the last time I was here. No, it's not a different atmosphere. It's a different smell. It's gravy. What's the matter? This scroll, it's been completely covered in gravy. Ah, yes, there is a very appetizing smell in the air. But gravy is a type of sauce. So when you run out of paint, you Americans use gravy as a substitute? I see. No, no one does that. For starters, it stinks.
This must be the gravy that we had with the roast on the night of the incident. But why would anyone do this? Why this scroll?
Fran's envy is so Fran's envy, so it's hetero. Francisca is non-binary? I did not know that. Whoops.
Oh, I know who this is. What took you so long? I thought even you'd manage to get here faster than this. Mrs. Trite. Prosecutor Godot? I didn't know you were here.
Prosecutor?
How come you didn't show up at the trial today? I could ask you the exact same question. Huh? But I was out. I had a cold, so I had something slightly more important than a common cold to deal with. The importance of which is something you will have no hope of ever understanding.
Enough! I believe I have the measure of you. You are the very worst kind of prosecutor. What could be more important than a trial?
Who's the wild mare, Trite? This is Miss Von Karma. She was the acting prosecutor in your absence today. Well, I guess I owe you one then. But you can go now, princess. It's time for the big girls to take the reins.
Just who do you think you are? This case is my...
Hey, Philly, know your role and shut your mouth. I can't stand women like you. I'm only gonna say this once. Lady von Wippenberg, go home.
Phoenix Lights!
Why are you, what are you hitting me for? You deserve more cracks of the whip than that. Try it. What? You still don't get it, do you? You don't realize that you've set something in motion that you'll never be able to undo. There's something different about Godot today. I'm getting such a strong sense of something from behind that mask of his. Is it anger? Or is it because I just misgendered them? Is it sorrow? Everyone's a woman in the Ace Attorney Tidbit universe except Larry Butts. Because Larry until they become a puppy girl. You had some important business, and that's why you weren't in court, huh? So what was it? I've told you once before, but perhaps you don't remember. I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. I am immune to the flashback voice. You see, Trite, I've experienced something most have not. Death.
The fact Godot wasn't as misogynistic to Mia suggests he's also like an incel simp.
Well, yeah. Raised down south, baby. That means any woman that I claim to is mine and the rest are simply trash. Just, you know, women, you know.
These are the thoughts of Godot in this fictional universe. These do not reflect the user Tidbit at all. This is just a character.
You died? Of course. Being a, being extradited from hell is a tedious affair. The meticulous regeneration and adjustment of all your internal organs is, well, let's just say modern medicine allows us to live a ripe old age. And yet it still takes us years to transition? Yeah, 'cause fuck trans people. They don't care about those. Not until they have money. And as long as the people in power keep it that way, keep the trans people down, there's not going to be an incentive other than the human nature to help each other. And when has that ever gotten people money? Even someone like me. So, you mean that mask you wear is this ugly device? I promise it's not a fashion statement. My unenlightened friend. Without this, I can't see your frequently dumbfounded face. I didn't know. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I can't see everything. Still, I keep this worn-out piece of junk on my body going with regular servicing.
I'm sorry, but you say you experienced death? How is that possible? What happened?
Why don't you ask her? Huh? Me? Yeah, that's right. You. You should know all about it. You know when my life ended, and who ended it for me.
Well, Phoenix Wright, do you?
Uh, I don't know what she's talking about. Although, to be honest, I do feel a little tug at the corner of my memory. I think I do know about how Godot was killed. It will all become clear in due time. Isn't that right? Try it. Earlier, you said I've done something I can never undo. What do you mean by that exactly? The inner temple here, on this side of Dusky Bridge, is an isolated island. That's what Sister Bikini said too. And I wonder, try it. Do you know what the police are doing here today? What do you mean? They're searching. Searching for any trace of an acolyte who went missing. Missing? As leader of the search party, I can tell you this with absolute certainty. Maya Fey is not on this side of Dusky Bridge.
What, huh? But that's impossible. She came here that night and
I won't say it again. The chances of her being here are nil. Excluding, of course, one very unique place.
one, where is that?
The Sacred Cavern, the entrance of which we are standing at right now. This is the only place the search party has yet to explore.
So they haven't searched that cavern yet.
Be aware, though, that the temperature inside frequently falls below freezing. Even if she were in there, the chances of her being found alive are slim at best. No! Which means, Tried, that you sent Maya Fey to her death.
You fool! That was my girlfriend, you. Okay. The T word, kind of uncalled for. But the L word? I didn't even know that existed. It doesn't exist in America. What kind of. What? Refax, do not fact check this. I'm making something up. For the joke. If that's the situation, why aren't you in there with a search party right now?
You must have blinders on, my Esquarian angel. Don't you see the big lock and chains? You have been deemed an Uma Musume by yours truly. It's a trick lock. I'm making preparations to open as we speak. Well, try it. Once again, a woman dies because of you.
Once again? What are you talking about?
Don't tell me you've forgotten. It was only 2 years ago, after all, when the last unfortunate woman died because of you. Because of me? And do you know who that was? It was Maya Fey's sister. That's right, Mia Fey. Mia? You killed her. No, that's not how it was. No. It was 2 years ago. Mia Fey was pursuing someone, a man. But she bit off more than she could chew. She made a very dangerous enemy. Yeah, that's one case I'll never forget.
But I got that guy. Personally.
Sure, Ms. Fey's murderer was caught. But that won't bring her back.
Well, no, but
You were with her at the time, and no one else. It was your responsibility. You should have protected her. You say Mia Fey was your teacher. Well, then, I'd say you'd learn nothing, Trat. You robbed her of life, and now you've let her sister suffer the same fate. I haven't sentenced Maya to death. No.
And that's where we'll be saving. Right on the dot of 3 o'clock.
Clock on the wall says 3 o'clock. One last call for an outro.
So, thank you all who have shown up for the live stream. Thank you all to the time travelers watching from the future. You can comment to give your thoughts about what happened in this episode. What was your favorite bit? You can clip your favorite bits as well, or just share the whole stream with your friends. Don't forget to like the stream as well. We do these streams Monday at noon PST. And if that is all a bit too complicated to remember, you can simply subscribe to be notified when these come out and other videos that I make. So, thank you for watching. There is no other guest here for me to, wind down or say, look in the description for them. So, goodbye!